Are you a knowledgeable Muslim? No? Is there any knowledge? Are you a knowledgeable Muslim? No? No? Any answer? Are you scared to answer yes or no? What's that? Are you a knowledgeable Muslim?
Kind of, yeah.
Sure, please come. And let me ask you a few basic questions. Basic. Very basic. Very basic. How long have you been reading the Quran? A while now?
Since I was born.
For 20 odd years? You're 20 odd years old?
27.
27.
Yep.
So let's say 20 years at least you've been reading the Quran.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you some very basic questions, yeah? So you appreciate, in the case of Muhammad, a few different aspects are quite pivotal, quite important, quite structurally very important. Yeah, Muhammad being a Meccan Arab, Quraysh, from Quraysh tribe. Muhammad entering into conflict with Meccan Arabs, pagan Meccan Arabs. Muhammad having received a revelation in Mecca. Muhammad being persecuted by pagan Meccan Arabs. Muhammad going on a Hijra, fleeing Mecca, going to Medina. Setting up a Medinan constitution, Medinan Ummah. Jews backstabbing him. You know, all these things are structurally very important for the storyline. But do you understand, would you appreciate that if I challenge you,
Your point. You're not getting to your point.
I'm not speaking to you. You were scared earlier, sir. I'm speaking to him. Yeah. My challenge to you is, none of these you'd find in the Quran. Although Quran has plenty of historical references. For example, Hijra. There are many references to the Hijra in the Quran. But nowhere, none of the passages could you use to establish pagan Meccan Arabs persecuting Muhammad and him fleeing Mecca to Medina. This is one example.
Your questions.
Question is, do you have any reference here that could substantiate that part, for example?
Reference in your book or this
In
book?
your book,
Oh.
Quran, in the Quran.
I mean, in the Hijra and
Reference to justify, reference to substantiate a Hijra from Mecca to Medina after being persecuted by pagan Meccan Arabs.
honestly, I don't have a clear answer, honestly.
Good, that's fine. At least you're being honest and at least you're trying to engage. That's really good. Because, you know, clearly I am a Christian, you are a Muslim. So clearly we don't agree on religion. And here is where at least one of us is wrong. Maybe both are wrong, but at least one of us is wrong. And here is where it is very important to find out whose view does evidence support.
That's why you should be more intelligent and read more about other religions. So
Exactly.
it can actually make sense.
Exactly.
Because after all of them kind of end in the same way, if you know what I mean.
Possibly not. But this is, I at least agree.
Point of view, at least.
I
The whole
completely
combines
agreed.
one point. And
Maybe
which-
not on that. I at
which
least
your
agree.
mind has to make it clear for you.
Sure. I at least agree on the point that this is why you need to explore.
Brother, I can speak to you.
He thinks you cannot think. Are you going to fall for? He will run scared. So you see, he's always there doing this. Why he was trying to speak to you? Why is he here now? Always trying to do this. Never lets any Muslim. Do you think you are a thinking Muslim? Thinking Muslim. Are you a thinking Muslim?
Of course, yes.
You can think. Why does he scare you?
Now, he can't talk to me.
Please speak to me.
He's talking.
Please speak to me.
He can't talk to
I
me.
actually enjoyed my conversation with you, and yeah, that's all.
Yeah, please, let's continue.
Brother,
Let's continue.
ask him.
I'm done with him.
Oh, you're done with him. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, you're done with him. Then.
Please, this guy.
Ask him.
Sure.
Ask him.
So I was you.
Keep quiet.
Okay,
Let
keep
him
quiet.
speak. Keep
Good,
quiet.
good.
What you're saying.
All right, that's good.
Siraj has been looking for me. Come forward.
Yeah, please.
Look, diversion.
Sure. All right. Siraj. So can we do 2 minutes each? I'll make the same challenge to him, and we'll try and see if he can answer.
You repeat the same thing.
Please, Siraj, focus,
But you
please.
repeat the same thing.
Focus.
What do you want to
You-
ask me? If he did ask me, though, so
I'll let you know.
what did you answer?
I'll let you know.
If it's the same
I'll let you
question,
know.
I'm also-
See, look,
I'd let you
have to
know.
Be quiet. Just let him speak.
I'll let you know. He looks a bit scared already.
I'm not scared of you.
Fine. Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Okay.
time it.
So you came in. Yeah, 2 minutes each. Yeah. 2 minutes each. Yeah. 2 minutes each. Let's deal with this. What's your name?
Bob.
Bob. Yeah, Bob. Sorry. Is your
But during his 2 minutes, I beg
Yeah,
you
I will
just
listen to you.
hold it down.
2 minutes. I will allow for the sake of you.
And
Okay, 2 minutes.
so? Sorry. Let me start again, sir.
If it's same question as previous, I'm walking.
listen,
Because I
no, it
already
doesn't matter
answered.
what the question is. We're here to
wow.
talk. We're here to
Wow.
talk.
Sure.
I'm saying that we'll do 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
No,
2 minutes
is
each.
fine.
2 minutes each. It's yeah.
You ready?
No, we want to talk about the root of Christianity and the root of Islam.
Wow.
That's my
No.
favorite.
He bumped
Because if
he
the
bumped
root
into
is
a conversation I was
foundations
trying
is
to
wrong,
have earlier.
Foundations are wrong.
And that's the conversation we are having.
the
So
branches are false.
I'm going to ask for archaeological evidence for some stuff here.
Same. So the archaeology is asking.
Well, you came to disturb some gentleman
It doesn't
there.
mention Jesus and Moses.
You-
So, same as
you
last
came-
year.
you came.
Last week, same topic.
Sure.
Listen to me.
Same topic. I already answered.
Just calm it down. Relax. Hold it down. What I'm saying, brother, what is the topic? That's what we want to know.
The root.
So-
topic.
I want the foundations of Christianity.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, one second. So, the topic that I was having a discussion on with your brother first and then the other gentleman when he came in to disturb the conversation was on the historicity of claims around Muhammad. Now, I am willing, I am willing to expand the conversation, just to be fair on him, that we can deal with Jesus also on a comparable basis. The historicity of the history of Muhammad and
I
Jesus.
got your point. Cool. So he wants to know the historical. What do you want?
Can I have sorry, the one of the yeah. Oh, have we run out of all things maybe? Oh, okay, that's fine. You have a copy. You have your copy.
Doesn't talk about Moses. Yeah, it doesn't.
Sure.
Do you want to watch? No, I don't want to repeat it. Come on.
No,
Ask him
because I
something
wasn't
else.
here last week.
I
wasn't
don't
here
know.
last
I just answered to you now.
It's a different topic. He doesn't understand even the difference in the topic.
Don't run away. Because
I
right
got
now
same
I'm seeing
topic.
fear. I'm
Okay,
seeing
2
fear.
minutes
Don't
I
run
answer,
away.
then
Listen,
I need
if
to
you have
ask.
the knowledge, it's
No,
not
you need to engage in the conversation
shouldn't be stressing
because
about it anyway.
2 minutes. You will repeat same as
And
last
listen,
week.
listen. If you're not asking the question, if you're not answering the question,
I
I'm
will
going to make
answer.
it known that
No,
you're not answering.
I will answer, then
Yeah?
you will repeat the
So
same
we
thing.
have-
Watch. If he repeats, I'm
Q&A.
walking.
Listen,
Yeah.
let me click.
If he repeats, I'm
Why is
walking.
it taking so long for
Yeah?
me to click to?
Be careful. Listen.
Be careful of what.
Stop.
Let's go, bro.
Stop.
Am I starting? Okay, cool. So, my dear friends, all of the versions of Islam that you follow today are fantasy ideas. Ultimately, if you take the life of Muhammad, every single structural component of the life of Muhammad is a fantasy story. Mecca, Muhammad being from Mecca, from Quraysh tribe. Muhammad having a conflict with pagan Meccan Arabs. Muhammad being persecuted by pagan Meccan Arabs. Muhammad having to run from Mecca to Medina on a Hijra. Muhammad having set up a Medinan Ummah using a Medinan constitution, and so on. Every single one of these major components of Muhammad's life is a fantasy story. Now, the other day I had a debate with Siraj on the existence of Mecca. We're not going to do that today. I'm going to do another topic today, which is choose Hijra for an example. As an example, give me one evidence. The Quran has multiple references to Hijra. Some Hijra. Give me one evidence from one of them and tell me how that Hijra was related to pagan Meccan Arabs persecuting Muhammad and Muhammad running from Mecca to Medina along with his early followers. Give me evidence quoting specific verses. I challenge that he will not be able to quote any such verse despite the fact that there are plenty of references to a Hijra in the Quran. In contrast, I am a Christian. Every single major aspect of the life of Jesus Christ is justifiable through strong historical corroboration. The writings of the Christians themselves are not the standalone testimonies. We also have non-Christian Roman, non-Christian Greek, non-Christian Jewish, and non-Christian writings to justify every single major aspect.
Now it's same as Makkah again. He's asking historical. Okay, yeah.
Hijra was the topic.
Okay, Hijra again. Same topic as Makkah, same historical. Okay, last time I said here clearly, This guy here, he wants to, historical according to Christianity. When he's saying historical, not historical according to Hindu, not according to Jews, not according to other sects of religions or whatever, or government or UK government. Agree? UK government has its own historical. South Africa has its own historical. Does South Africa historical believe UK historical? No. Does that make UK historical is wrong? No. Okay, simple logic. So now, historical is asking archaeology. Every time archaeology. I'm asking archaeology. Does archaeology tell us about the resurrection? Does he teach about Jesus? Does he teach about Moses? The answer is no. Does that mean, therefore, historical of Jesus, according to Christian, is false? Again, Jews and Muslims, historical. Jesus was never crucified. I mean, according to Jews, they crucified Jesus, but according to Muslims and Jews, both believe, Jews and Muslims believe what? That Jesus was never resurrected. According to historical, Islamic historical, and Jews historical, his logic, the crucifixion and the resurrection is false. So now, again, same thing and same thing. In Quran, we have many evidence. Allah said to the Prophet, he promised that he's going to return him back to the city of Mecca. When? After the conquest of Mecca. He moved from Mecca. They planned, Allah said in chapter 8, they planned for the Prophet to kick him out of the city or to kill him, assassinate him. But rather, Prophet was told to move from the city of Mecca to Medina. Allah said many verses in the Quran. And now in Sirah we have in the Hadith. Islam is not just Quran, also Hadith we have when Prophet migrated from Mecca to Medina. So what else? I'm not repeating. He's going to repeat the same thing.
Sure. Can I please have a request? Can you please once in a while show that to me also, so I'm aware of how much progress and so on. So I have.
So when you start, hold your phone so you can see.
Otherwise, we are in a bit of a dark. I don't know how much time is left and so on. Yeah. All right. Did you see what just happened there? I'll deal with Jesus Christ first. He said there is no historical evidence for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, a complete lack of understanding. He clearly doesn't understand history. Tacitus, I can read a passage for you if you want. Nero substituted as culprits and punished with the utmost refinements of cruelty a class of men. And he goes on to suggest that Jesus had undergone the death penalty in the reign of Tiberius by sentence of the procurator Pontius Pilatus. And the pernicious superstition was checked for a moment. So, clear evidence from a historical non-Christian Roman source, namely Tacitus. He may not know about these guys because he doesn't care about history. And you saw that in his response to my question on Muhammad, Islam. He showed utter contempt for history. What did he say? History according to Christians, history according to others. Clearly he doesn't know what I just asked. I was asking for history according to evidence, not history according to this fellow, that fellow. And I was very lenient to him, very lenient to even suggest, I'd like to know even history according to the Quran. He didn't even care about his Quran. Siraj, please focus. The question is very simple. For Hijra, can you cite, there are many references in the Quran, can you cite any one of them and explain and clarify to us how Meccan pagan Arabs persecuted Muhammad, how Muhammad had to flee pagan Meccan Arabs and run from Mecca to Medina based on the Quran. Please read any one of the many references here. If you cannot give up on the Quran, tell Muslims you haven't got evidence for a basic aspect of Muhammad's life.
Okay, stop. So now he repeated same thing again. I gave him reference from the Quran, you remember? He's asking reference again from the Quran. I told you he repeats all the time. I said go to chapter 8, listen carefully. Chapter 8, let me show you. I'll show him.
I want to see the reference for
Yeah, time for me. Time for
I
me.
read.
And I will talk about this one. This one, I will talk about it.
Is it time?
Okay, wait.
While you get your reference.
But no, I took reference in my time.
No.
I took reference in my time.
No.
Does he know some basic
so,
stuff?
okay, find out for yourself then.
Let
me speak.
we got
No, you can. Chapter 8.
I'll pause it.
Chapter 8.
I'll pause
Okay,
it.
we'll pause.
Chapter 8.
Fine. This time alone, pause.
Yeah, chapter 8. Yeah.
No cheating. No.
I will just show you one example and I'm moving on. Here, Allah said,
Whoa,
chapter 8,
Is
verse
it time?
30.
Whoa. Yeah.
Chapter 8, verse 30. I'm showing him. I know the verses, but I'm showing him. Allah said, and when those who disbelieved devised plans against you that they might confine you or slay you or drive you away from the city of Mecca, and they devised plans, and Allah too had arranged a plan, and Allah is the best of planners. This is one. Again, chapter 28, Allah is promising the Prophet that He's going to take him back to the city of Mecca. Okay, chapter 28. The last page of chapter 28. Okay, here. Most surely, he who
which
has,
verse?
chapter 28, verse 85.
Sure.
Allah is promising the Prophet that He's going to return him back to the city of Mecca. Allah said what? Chapter 28, verse 85. Most surely, who has made the Quran binding on you will bring you back to the destination of Mecca. Say, my Lord knows best him who has brought the guidance and him who is in manifest error. Again, chapter 114, it talks about the conquest of Mecca. When the Prophet was kicked out from the city of Mecca, Allah promised when the victory of Allah comes. What is the victory here? According to the hadith, is that Prophet taking over the city of Mecca. So now, I'm asking archaeology. He was asking me challenge archaeology. Show me archaeology about Jesus and Moses and the crucifixion and the resurrection. If you can't show
Time's
me
up, time's
archaeology
up.
doesn't,
Long time ago,
Jesus'
time's up.
crucifixion is wrong. Okay.
All right, Siraj is very capable of being recruited as the script writer for Mickey Mouse stories. So if Disney World is watching, please consider this gentleman here. He can write Mickey Mouse stories very well. Let's read the Quranic passages that he cited. Quran Surah 8, Ayah 29 or Ayah 30. He said, and when those who disbelieve plot against you to wound you fatally or to kill you or to drive you out, they plot. But Allah plots, and Allah is the best of plotters. Note carefully, I already told him there are plenty of references to Hijra. But my challenge wasn't, please read one of them to me. My challenge was establish that any one of them references was about pagan Meccan Arabs persecuting Muhammad and him having to flee Mecca to Medina. The word Mecca doesn't occur here. The word Medina doesn't occur here. The word Arabs, pagan, idolatrous, none of those things are here. Clearly there is a Hijra. There was a Hijra of some sort, but my challenge is it wasn't the Mickey Mouse fantasy Muhammad Hijra that he has in his mind. Even the word Muhammad, the name of Muhammad doesn't even occur in the entire chapter of chapter 8. So to Siraj, who is trying to flee, trying to find out which way he can flee, the challenge still stands. Give evidence. I can read the second quote if you want. Again, no Mecca, no Medina, no Muhammad, no fleeing after a persecution. Surah 28, Ayah 85. He who has given you the Quran for a law will surely bring you home. Who is the you here? What is the home here? Now, Muslims, if you are watching, prepare your stones because he seems to corrupt your Quran. He seems to introduce words which don't even exist there. Stone him according to you if you don't want corruption in the land, my dear friends.
Okay, Mickey Mouse, Tom and Jerry, he wants to be watched and people laugh. He's here for fun. So now I'm asking, Quran, Allah is talking to who first of all? He knows himself. Who was being revealed to the Quran? To the Prophet, chapter 16, verse 44. Allah said, well, we have revealed this Quran unto you, O Prophet Muhammad. Why? So you may explain to people what's been revealed for them, to them. Okay, so Allah is talking to the Prophet in the Quran. He's saying, Kul, say this, say this. He knows, but he's denying. So now we want the context. He said in the beginning, show me where the pagan Arabs persecuting the prophets, kicking out of the city of Mecca. The context here, I gave him the verse, chapter 8, verse 30, where Allah said to the Prophet, remember, when they plot, they plant for you. When they plant for, either to kill him, to assassinate him, either to kick him out of the city, or to arrest him. What is that context then? Show me. Where do you have context? Show me. What is that? Who is that person? Who was kicked out? Who was arrested? Who was planned to assassinate? Who is that? Tell me, is that not Prophet Muhammad? Quran is about who? The Bible, whoever is talking the Bible, whoever is talking in the Bible, he believes is Jesus. Yes? And the Quran, we believe Allah is talking, and talking to who? Prophet Muhammad addressed it. So now, clear verse now. Allah said in chapter 9, verse 13 to 14. Allah said to the non-Muslims, the idol worshippers, pagan. Allah said to them, Prophet Muhammad, why are you not fighting against them while they kicked you out? They kicked who? Prophet. Kicked in where then? What's the context? Tom and Jerry, Mickey Mouse, you're the Mickey Mouse. So now I'm asking, show me archaeology where it says about Jesus and Moses. Next time he's not answering. I keep answering his questions, same thing, but he's not answering. Now show me archaeology about Jesus and Moses. If it's not there, it's invalid, Jesus and Moses, according to your silly logic. Challenge. Now I answer these questions. He has to answer my questions.
Sure, my dear friends, did you hear his logic? His logic is, well, it is clearly given to Muhammad. That's circular reasoning. Who says who? There are only 4 references in the entire Quran which even names the word Muhammad. Chapter 3, if I remember correctly, it's chapter 3, chapter 33, chapter 47, chapter 48. Siraj, the Disney Mickey Mouse writer, claimed he quoted a verse in chapter 18. I challenge him again. In chapter 18, can you quote a verse which uses the word or names Muhammad directly? He simply cannot. He believes in Mickey Mouse ideas. Why did I say he believes in Mickey Mouse ideas? The reason I said that is because he imagines things which don't exist and writes scripts based on them. When you imagine things which are fictional and write based on, claim things based on that, you are a Mickey Mouse fantasy script writer, Siraj. Any verse that he quotes, please note carefully, in relation to the persecution, please note carefully if the expression pagan Meccan Arabs in some way, shape or form shows up. In the entire Surah 8, you will not have the usage of the pagan Meccan Arabs at all. Muhammad is never referred to have had a conflict with pagan Meccan Arabs. Long story short, my dear friends, Islam, Sunni Islam, Shia Islam, all versions of modern day Islam is a fantasy idea. Even the Quran doesn't agree with your fantasy ideas. Muslims have to give up on your Quran because no one has a clue as to who wrote the Quran, who put together the Quran. But if you go through the details of the Quran, they stand against Sunni narratives on Muhammad's life. Jesus Christ, he asked, give me evidence for Jesus Christ. What was he asking for?
Time up. Did he answer my question? Did he answer? I asked him, show me every time Mickey Mouse. I told you, when you ask him, he only focus on same question again and again like a baby. Children. Who does that? Mommy, 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 same. Show me, show me, show me, show me. Same thing. What matters is what? Context, yes? What matters is what? Context. If I read now the Bible, one verse of the Bible, and I say this verse is not about Jesus, what is he going to ask me? Context, yes? So, but when it comes to Quran, the context according to him doesn't matter. So he wants according to his willy head. Do you understand that? So now what I'm asking here is, now again, show me in the way you said archaeology about Jesus and Moses and the resurrection. If you can't show me, does that mean the crucifixion of Jesus and Moses, all of them is fantasy according to you? If yes, if no, then you have to accept mine also. And as I said again, Quran, we have Hadith, Islam, we have Hadith, the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, history in Islam. So as I said, UK has its own history. Islam has its own history. Christianity has its own history. So when it comes to his Christianity history, I cannot use UK history, yes? When it comes to Islam, I cannot use Christianity. So history according to who? Same again as Christians. So now my challenge is, why Christians? The root of Christianity is based on nothing. Do you know why? Because they believe we all have same God. And that God is God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But here you go, they believe Jesus is the way. If Jesus is the way, who is the God of Jesus? Only God the Father. And the God of Christians, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. How many? The Christians God? 3 in 1. And Christians, Jesus God is only God the Father. No, do you know what Psalm says? If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? Psalm chapter 11 verse 3.
Time. Thank you. So, did you hear him give any evidence? He claims that I ignore context. Absolute Mickey Mouse ideas. I said there are 4 specific references to the name Muhammad in the entire Quran. If I remember correctly, Surah 3, Surah 33, Surah 47, Surah 48. Please quote any of these references, bring the story together to establish Muhammad's life. Hijra was a specific event I was asking evidence for. My challenge is, my dear friends, all of the important points of Muhammad's life are fantasy ideas. There is no way of proving through early evidence, note carefully, early evidence that Muhammad was the prophet who gave the Quran. There is no early evidence to suggest that he was a Qurayshi Arab from Mecca. No evidence to suggest he had conflict with pagan Meccan Arabs. No evidence for a Hijra. No evidence for a Medinan constitution. None of these can be substantiated through early evidence. In other words, Islam, the entirety of Islam, is a Mickey Mouse idea, not based on early evidence. He said, according to Islam, he has history. Where does that history come from? That history, according to him, the quote-unquote history, comes from writings which are from centuries after when Muhammad is supposed to have lived. Centuries later, which is what a fantasy idea is. A fictionist. So my dear friends, he asked about Jesus Christ. Evidence for Jesus Christ is in Tacitus, is in Suetonius, is in Pliny the Younger. Excuse me. Wow. Why are you disturbing?
Archaeology.
I'm not.
Archaeology.
Wow.
Give you more time.
I want
That's fine.
archaeology.
But no,
you
I didn't
pause the
interrupt
time.
you. I didn't
pause the
interrupt you.
time.
I did not
Ask him
interrupt.
to pause.
I didn't ask you. No. I didn't ask you to interrupt.
Show me the archaeology
Excuse
from
me,
archaeology.
sir. Excuse me, sir. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt. So the challenge, he gets desperate, as you can see. For Muhammad's life, no evidence whatsoever. Time to leave Islam. For Jesus Christ, plenty of evidence. What specific archaeology does he need? Literature is part of archaeology. Tacitus's work as a Roman historian is part of archaeology. Pliny the Younger's work as part of archaeology. Excuse me, why do you play moderator?
No,
Why
I
are
asked
you-
to pause time? Remember, you paused.
Excuse-
No. You paused. You can't come.
Can you
on
see
time.
him cry already?
No, you paused. Come on.
Are you crying?
If you pause,
Siraj,
no,
are you
if
crying?
You pause, you can't carry on.
Are you crying? Can I say something? Can I say something?
Are you Christian? I'm doubting that.
I don't do religion.
But why are you giving him 30? Are you a Christian? No, are you a
Because you interrupted.
No, I asked you to pause the time. You paused for him.
crying, isn't
I was
he?
repeating for him. So now why are you giving him extra 30
Do you think he's
seconds?
sticking to the
Because
rules?
I said I'm going to give him extra time, and you even agreed with me.
No, I didn't
to give him
agree with
extra
you.
time.
I didn't agree with you.
Do you see
I
how
asked you to
conversations
pause.
happen?
If you
Wait a
pause, you
second.
can't
If
carry
you're
on.
tired
So now
and you
30
ran out of
seconds.
steam,
Do 30 seconds.
you can, you
No,
know.
you give him 30
No,
seconds.
I don't want. No, I don't like this idea.
2:30.
You are the moderator. No,
2 minutes and 30
no. I don't like this idea. He interrupted when I was speaking. His own camp.
Are you going to stand here like
No, I asked you to pause.
You asked me to pause. It's
Yes,
interrupting
you
his
paused.
time, though.
No, you
He's
paused.
just trying to
you
find
paused
an
the
excuse
time.
right
How,
now.
how is that interruption?
Listen, bro, I don't want to
You
argue.
paused the
I don't want to
time.
argue. Listen to what I'm saying. You asking me to
Come
pause
on, man.
while he's speaking
It was
is interrupting his time
1:49,
regardless.
1:49 on the dot. And now it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Because I said
and
I'm
I
not-
asked you to pause. How can you edit? Give him extra.
Do not
Come
give
on.
his time.
2 minutes and
No,
30 you
Well,
spoke.
can I tell you what happened? I was in the middle of conversation. I saw the time actually.
We paused 1:49. It was
Alright, brother,
1:49.
I'm gonna
Excuse
give
me.
you-
Can I speak?
Listen.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Brother, let me just give you 10 more
Just-
seconds and that's it. 10 more seconds.
No, one second. But
so
my
you're giving me
problem is
240 as well.
my problem is he is
Just interrupted.
exactly.
When I interrupted, I
willy-nilly.
asked you to
Has-
pause
did
before
he
I
ever
interrupt. No,
interrupt you while
it's
you
not
were
about
speaking?
interruption.
Let
I
me
asked you to
answer my
pause.
question.
No, did I
As
ask
the
you to pause?
moderator,
Who
as
asked you
the
to pause?
moderator.
No, who asked you to pause?
Did he interrupt you
No,
while
who
you were
asked you to
speaking?
pause the time? Did I not ask you?
Yes.
Thank you. Then
Why
what do
did
you
I
want?
not say I'm going to give
So
him
what do you
extra
want?
time?
Why did you
Did I not say I'm going to give him
When
extra
I
time?
was
You wasn't
speaking,
answering.
excuse me,
Did I
you
not say
didn't
I'm gonna
answer
give
me.
him
Did I
extra time?
interrupt you?
Okay, wait.
To answer me. Did I not say I'm going to give him extra time?
Okay, yes.
So what am I doing now? I'm
You
giving him
didn't-
extra
I
time.
didn't ask you. I didn't
regardless,
ask you.
I'm the one that's keeping
But
the time. I'm the timekeeper.
when he was speaking,
I'm the
You're a Christian,
timekeeper.
When
I'm
you-
the timekeeper.
You're a Christian, yeah?
I don't do religion, bro.
No, you're a Christian.
anyone who is sensible for him can't be a Muslim.
Okay, carry on.
Now,
Brother.
did you see what happened there? When he was speaking, I certainly believe he has given no evidence. Did I interrupt him though?
No, you didn't.
Why did he do it? He's a bit childish, isn't he? Just trying to find some excuse, any excuse to run away.
Brother, just come on, man. Show some respect. Hey, alright, cool.
But you need to rule the game. You are the moderator. Please don't let him interrupt. Please don't.
I chill.
Hey, wow. Excuse me.
That's not freedom. That's not freedom.
Wow. No violence. Stay away from violence. Stay away from
Yeah, man,
violence.
take that
Thank
shit
you.
over there. Alright, cool. You ready, yeah? Your time starts
But
now.
can I please
You want
request
to
one
start
little
for him
thing?
again?
I'm talking to you. Your
Oh, okay,
time
me,
starts
okay.
now.
Can I
brother.
request one thing?
Last one, my conclusion, I'm going.
Can I request one
Let
thing?
me just say his last thing then.
One. You are the moderator. You don't let him interrupt.
No,
You can't.
Of course, brother. Of course. Brother.
He does his own stuff and gets away with it.
Last one, I'm going, yeah? I'm going to pray. It's my prayer time. Okay. So now again, same thing he repeated, same thing. I'm not going to repeat my question and answers. As I said, we all know Allah is speaking to the Prophet, to the Quran. He was revealed, the Quran was revealed to the Prophet, onto the Prophet. I'm not disputing about that. He knows, but he wants to pretend. He wants to say challenge. It's like me reading a verse of the Bible and out of context, I say this is someone else. What matters is what? The context. Not just speaking as I want, as much as I want. And I say the context many times in hadith even. We know plenty of seerah in hadith. We know that one. So according to him, that's nothing. But as I said, Jews do not believe that Jesus was resurrected. So according to his logic, Jews do not believe that Jesus was never resurrected. Even according to the Bible. Jesus said, the Gospel of Luke chapter 24 verse 46, he said, as it's written in the Old Testament, that he is going to be resurrected on the third day. There is no single verse in the Old Testament such as the Gospel of Luke chapter 24 verse 46. Guess what also the angels said? Yes, he knows. He doesn't answer.
He needs to read.
He doesn't answer. I just read.
No, you stated the chapter, but
Yes.
you didn't read.
No, you interrupted now. See?
I'll give you more time, brother. Don't worry.
Okay.
Remember, I'm
Okay.
keeping time.
So now I'm saying the angels themselves said Jesus was alive. The Gospel of Luke, chapter 24, verse 23. It says Jesus was alive. Jesus himself said he was alive. Acts chapter 1 verse 3. It says Jesus was alive. Mary Magdalene said that. Mark chapter 16 verse 11. So Jesus was never dead. And the angels never mentioned even about the crucifixion and the resurrection. The Gospel of John chapter 11 20 verse 13. Crucifixion man-made movie. According to your own book, forget about his story. This. What comes first? What verse comes first? What verse comes first? This one, his story, or the Bible, the New Testament? Guess over. You believe this one over your Bible? Come on, mister. Get real. I believe Quran and the Hadith over everything. Goodbye. I'm going
All
to
right.
pray.
Note
Let me
carefully.
speak.
No.
Let me speak.
Whoa.
I'm going to pray.
Fine. Thank you very much. I know it's a very tough job, especially moderating. Did he give any evidence, my dear friends? No evidence whatsoever. Did he read any passage from the Quran which has references to Mecca, Medina, Muhammad, pagan Meccan Arabs? Nothing whatsoever. And this is your sheikh. All that he has is, we know that already. We all know. This is the reasoning he has. His favorite expressions are, we know this already, we all know. Well, none of us know, and that is why I'm asking for evidence. Evidence Siraj could not give. He was trying to hide behind hadiths, as you noted carefully. And one second. Hadiths and Sirah literature, which are late literature. My dear friends, if you are a Muslim, give up, because your imams, your sheikhs are struggling. And this is why they are hiding behind their fancy clothing. They need bigger, fancier clothes because they need more clothing to hide their shame. Don't follow them. No one knows if Muhammad existed. No one knows certainly if Muhammad of Islam existed. We have plenty of evidence to suggest that Muhammad of Islam could not have existed.